Alright, hey everyone. Welcome back to Counterattack. Today we're on map 2. It's called Phlogiston. It's a very interesting name. Ow, you bastard, already. Yeah, it's called Phlogiston. Not really sure what that means, but kind of a funny name, so I like it. Man, this is... I'm just getting lit up right away. Okay. It's a great start. Love getting instantly lit up by shotgunners. Okay. So yeah, this is the second map of Counterattack. As you can see, it's a little shorter. Well, you know, quote unquote shorter, because all of the maps are pretty big. And it's a bit different from the first one too. I'd say it's a bit more linear than the last one. As in, like, there's a lot more of like, oh, you go here to get this, and then you use that to go to this next place, and then so on and so forth. Like, there isn't much of like, oh, I could go here, or I could go over there to get this thing first. Which, I mean, like, there still is that stuff in this map, but it's, there is less of it, I guess, just what I'm trying to say. That doesn't mean it's any less, like, well-designed. If anything, I think this map is just as well-designed as the first map. I'm saying a lot, because the first map was just awesome. So is this one. I think where it really comes in is, like, it's a lot more dense and, like, tightly compacted. Lots of angular and geometric shapes. They all kind of just lay on top of each other. They're all densely stacked together and kind of intersect in these really interesting ways. Just a really cool map. And of course, I'm gonna sound like a broken record all throughout, but I just don't care. I just love the way Mechadon textures and actually, like, builds the map. It's just so cool. Okay, so enough of that. We have some secrets to get and some more things to do. Firstly, shoot that. And we get access to, I believe, a soul sphere, yep. And then also, you can shoot this switch. A bit hard to see. Get a nice little health bonus trail up to the next secret. There's a plasma, very nice to have. Then we can actually take that into the next secret. It's not right here, it's actually over here where the Cacoward comes out of. I'm gonna blow them up with the barrels. Yeah, there we go. Alright, we can actually jump in his little cubby hole. Grab some more cells. Yeah, this map is actually pretty secret dense. It has like 60 enemies per secret, which in a map of this size is quite a bit. That's actually more secrets than map 1, of course. That map had around like 90 enemies per secret, so very dense secret-wise. But I think they're relatively easy to get. I don't think Mechadon is one to, like... Well, some of them are kind of cryptic, to be fair. And we'll encounter some of them later on. Yeah, so far, I hope you can see what I mean by this map being a lot more, like, streamlined. Mechadon is very, very good at just kind of leading you to all the places he wants you to go. Despite the complexity of the map on paper. Alright, let's grab that. And we actually have some more secrets to get over here. So, at the start, it is actually pretty secret heavy. And then things kind of spread out. So, let's see here. We do have the red key, but I want to do this first. So this is probably one of the more cryptic ones. Ow. So yeah, if you shoot that blinking skull, it lowers a teleporter, takes you up here. And you can actually take the right path first to a rocket launcher and another soul sphere. So it's a very generous map. Gives you a lot of stuff. It's a very, very friendly and like a early map kind of way. And then of course you can run on top of those crates to get the 5th secret. We're already halfway done with them. But now we need to actually make some progress. Yeah, this is the place that we're going to be coming back to quite a bit. We need to hit all 3 switches, and then that'll give us access to the final area. I think that's how this map works. Or no, there's like a big penultimate fight that requires all 3 keys that I think you go to first. But that won't be for a little bit. Alright, nice. Alright, cool. I just can't get enough of the visuals in this WAD. Like, sometimes I just like booting up this WAD just to like stare and just like walk around. You know? And just like some of the combinations are just particularly inspired. It's really cool. And this MIDI is kind of funky as well. I really like it. I think it's from Lands of Lore, what I saw on Doomwiki. Pretty cool track. It surprisingly fits pretty well. But anyway, do a bit more progression here. So you grab this, hit that, and then you want to go back. Just pump a couple of rockets in here, because we do not want to sit here and shotgun too many imps now. Speaking of shotgunning though, you do get an SSG a lot earlier than you did in map 1, which is good. We're actually going to be getting it pretty soon. Like I'd say in around like 100 kills-ish. Oh yeah, and then this is a door that just opens back up to an earlier area. Right, man, where is this imp coming from? Is growling and snarling is bothering me. Alright. Actually, you know, there is a bit of routing freedom that we have right at the moment, because we can go up here and get an early SSG, I believe. Because this fight gives you the blue key, but you also get the SSG in it. I don't think I've ever done it this way, so might as well do it. Grab, let me grab it. Grab that. And then go over here, grab that. Try to run. Oh. Okay, yep, that's kind of what I feared. That's kind of what I feared when I decided to do it this way. That is definitely a downside to doing it this way. So you don't have as much room to run around in. Because the normal way that I do it is that I come in from this way. And when that door is open, you have a lot more room. But ultimately, I'm glad I did it this way, because we have an early SSG. Not even 10 minutes in. I'd say that's good. All right. Interesting. So, all right, good. So open this up. Actually, this is good because this will take us to a secret mega armor. This is kind of unrelated to like everything else, but I think it's good that we're getting it out of the way now. Got a lot of cacos. Mechadon has an interesting fascination with cacodemons. I guess it's just his favorite enemy to use. I mean, they can be pretty effective, but it's just interesting. So, an interesting note here for like a random enemy. Once you cross this line, there's a pain elemental that spawns here, but if you just barely walk over the edge, you can get him to spawn. Every other time I've tried playing this map, I've had to like awkwardly fight him down here, and it just doesn't work for me. Alright, so now that way's open, but if you drop down over here to the right, get a mega armor. And then, yeah, so you could go this way for the yellow key, and actually, I guess the more that I think about it, this map actually does have a fair amount of non-linearity, because you could go this way, or you could go back to get the blue key, which is what we're gonna do officially now. But now that we have an SSG, it should be a lot more manageable. Because normally I come up here with the single barrel. Alright, let's get these cacos out of the way. I heard a chain gunner too. Where are you? There you are. Alright, so we're gonna be visiting that BFG very, very soon. But we gotta get there first, so let's hit this. Again, some more cacos. A lovely bunch of tomatoes. Don't want to waste too many rockets, even though it kind of doesn't matter. Alright, and then we can actually get our 7th secret over here. If we run, if I can run properly. Okay. Okay, come on. It's not my day today. There we go. Christ. There we go. There's the there's the soul sphere, finally. Hallelujah. Okay. So we're actually gonna go get the BFG first before we open this door. And to start the kind of switch puzzle, I guess you could call it, to open the door, the lift, it's shoot that computer panel. Now, one of these switches lowers this wall to reveal the switch, and then the rest just spawn enemies. So I'm just gonna hit them one by one. Because I want all the kills. There we go. I think one of those was the switch. Yep, I think it was the last one. Alright, then just have one more. Some imps. Okay, now we can get the BFG. Awesome. Alright, so once you grab it, you want to turn your attention over here quickly, but then turn around because of the chain gunners. bit nasty because you'll be kind of focused on the rad suit and the mega, and then just get absolutely demolished. But I think it's a fair trap, either way. All right. Yeah, we are pretty well stocked now. Pretty much take on the entire map with relative ease. We get a rocket launcher here, and then when we hit this opens up. Nice little horde. This is another one of those moments where I really like Mechadon's balance of like kind of more cathartic like monster hordes, and like how he combines that with like your typical incidental combat. It's really nice. All right, so yep, now we have the blue key, but it's trapped a little bit. Just a bunch of stuff that spawns. Now this is normally where I would go and get the SSG, but we already did that. I actually do kind of like doing it this way better. Alright, let's hope they stop spawning soon. Or right now. That's nice. Okay. Cool. So now we can actually get the 9th secret. Right here, it's the cell pack. Oh, they're still spawning. I'm just gonna leave those guys alone. Gonna check once the map ends if there's still any over there. Probably just gonna kill them with the like kill all command, but yeah, we'll just leave them alone. Because we need to get the yellow key now. Hit this switch. But you want to instantly turn around. Get one good BFG shot in there. That also has the potential to be somewhat nasty, but you also have quite a lot of room. Alright, nice. Now we have that. And this will actually take us over here. And this teleporter will actually take us back to the hub that we were at earlier. It's just very nice that he just basically plops us right where we need to go. That's it, here we are. Ah, what? What are you doing? Alright, let's hit those. Another nice classic rocket dump here. What was I gonna say? I really like that he makes these moments feel earned, you know? Like he's really good at pacing the map out that way. Die. Oh, another one I hear? Oh, it's a Caco. Dude, it's all the way in the ceiling. Okay. So yeah, now we're kind of nearing the exit. We just have one more fight, and then one more area, and then we should be at the finale. So this is the biggest fight in the map. It's also probably the hardest. Gotta get there. This little intro sequence. Alright, so let's hit the switch. Alright, so now we're here. This dreadful, dimly lit arena. So yeah, these kind of pits mark crushers that start. once you hit a switch back here. And then once that starts, there's going to be enemies coming in from kind of all over the place. I don't really know where exactly they come from because it's kind of dark. But also there's going to be switches on either side. There's one over here and then one on the exact opposite side. We got to hit both of those as well. Not sure if they spawn anything. But yeah, got to do that. I might take it a bit slower this time because I'm pretty sure these switches spawn stuff that I do not want. Oh yeah, and there's some vials. Might want to kill those pretty quick. Okay, I do think the best... Ow. Come on, buddy. Be scared. Okay. So yeah, I do think the best way to do this is to take it one little bit at a time. So yeah, more spawns on this side, I guess. Which means more use for a BFG. Nice. Right, the other one. I have a lot more stuff spawns now. So yeah, I guess the only reason I had trouble with this one is that I took it on all at once. Which isn't the most ideal, but that's kind of how I do a lot of things in Doom. And sometimes, like this case, it definitely bites me in the ass. Alright. That went pretty smoothly. Very happy with how that went. Now we can get out of here. And we actually get put in one of the earliest areas we visited, but with more stuff. I love how he just sends you around to all these different places. And they kind of just end up circling back around everywhere. Just really cool. Nice little BFG shot there. Might want to conserve some of that, though. Or actually, no, we don't really need to conserve it. We get a lot of ammo here soon in the final secret. Alright, so about that final secret. Over here and quickly grab the rockets. Now, see that? There's an area over here that I'm gonna clear enemies out of first. Yeah, it's just beyond this wall, the secret area. Okay, so to lower this barrier, you may have heard it there, but if you look quickly, there's a skull switch in this wall. If you shoot that, there's going to be another skull switch that lowers on this wall, but it's at a lower elevation. So the point is you have to shoot this one and then jump down here to shoot the other one. So let's do it. There. Boom. And then this is actually kind of a special secret because, as you can see, the special logo here. That is a bit awkward. Just rocket you guys. So yeah. So this, I guess, kind of reveals the origins of the WAD. Because Mechadon stated in the text file that this WAD was essentially birthed from a mapping contest in 2016 by a YouTuber called Vinesauce. And this is the map that he submitted to the contest, and then I guess later on he officially started the project and was adding more maps to it. And this is just a little nod to that because that is the logo. Very cool. All right. And now we're finally back here to the final area, but I'm gonna watch out because there's 3 vials and barrels. I forgot. There's a bit of a mean placement of those barrels. Completely forgot they were there. Thought I was dead for a second. So yeah, about this final, or this finale, it's not, it's nothing crazy, since you'll have so much ammo. I suppose if you didn't find the secrets, then it might be a bit of an issue, but not for us. So yeah, that was the second map of Counterattack. I really, really like this one. I mean, of course, like, visually and aesthetically, like the flow of the map, it's all A+. So all of that is incredible. I also just really like the kind of densely, like, compacted nature of the map as well. So yeah, it's a really fun map. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all on map 3. Bye-bye.